Hello, thank you for joining me. It's been a grotty old day, so I've been inside. Just when I decided to do this, the rain stopped, the winds died down, but I'm set up for this, so I'm going to go ahead. And today we're making basic oat cookies, they call them, but I've always called them biscuits. And I've been using an oat-based recipe for years and years and years, but I've adapted it over the time. So we have 50 grams of ground oats, and I normally do that by the jar because I like to have them handy for if I want to make oat cakes anytime. So that's 50 grams. 50 grams of oat flakes. In they go. And a banana. When I first started making things like this, I would use sugar. But now, wherever possible, I substitute a banana. This is quite a ripe one, so it should be quite sweet. But if you have a sweet tooth, and I've found that as I've used less sugar, my sweet tooth isn't so bad, except when it comes to chocolate. That is my failing. The darker the better. So I suppose that's the best. And one of these days I'll actually make some chocolate, because I always used to make my own using the raw cacao. So I'll have a go at that one day. Okay, so there's the banana. Into the bowl. Into the bowl it goes. My mother at this point would be, why are you using a banana? How tastes have changed. And the last of the basic ingredients, 50 grams of nuts. If you do feel that you've got a sweeter tooth, you can always add a teaspoon of honey in at this point. But, oh, and I've just thought, do excuse my hand. It's not dirt. It is a bruise. It looks as if I've been in a very nasty fight, but the fight was with a sheet of PVC that had come out of the greenhouse window. I won in the end, but it made sure that it made its mark. So today I am using half pecan and half walnuts. This is something that I ring the changes with. Sometimes I will use almonds, and I'll use a mix of flaked and chopped whole almonds. And if I'm doing that, then I will swap half of the ground oats for ground almonds, and probably add in just a couple of drops of almond essence as well. Because as I've said, this is just the basic recipe. And this is one of the way I ring the changes. The variety of nuts, but also the one that got away, how fine I make them. Today I feel like having them quite coarsely chopped. So there we are, that will do. I'll have a bit of a crunch in my biscuits. Into the bowl they go. There we have them. And I just realised that there is one ingredient which I forgot to get out of the fridge. I'm back. They were right in front of my nose in the fridge. Apple. Now you can use fresh apple, but I've got stewed apple, unsweetened, from my trees in autumn. So I've just drained out the apple juice that I can stir in if I feel the mixture needs an extra bit of moisture. So that goes in, and just give it a mix, because that is our basic mixture, to which we can add variants. And I do like using oats and oatmeal, keeping me away from using wheat flour. There we are. Now, today I am adding a mix of dried cranberries and dried barberries. The cranberries you can get in supermarkets, no problem. I've not seen barberries in mine, but certainly in my health food shop, the one that I did a recording of quite some while ago, but it's listed in the shops playlist. She stocks all wonderful things like those. And that is it. Easy peasy. And I think I just need a little drop more apple juice. There we are. That's better. So the alternatives. As I said, you can use almonds, chopped whole almonds, flaked almonds, and a bit of almond essence, raisins and raw apple, that's nice, but grind the apple or chop it very, very finely, because you need to get some of the moisture out of it to hold the mix together. What else have we got? Oh yes, the dried strawberries. That goes nicely with the almonds, or with coconut, a mix of desiccated and flaked almonds. Just substitute the almonds and the strawberries for the 50 grams of fruit that I've put in here. So there are different ways to make these. I usually double up on quantities, but today I'm just making a small helping. Just squeeze into bowls and onto the very lightly oiled parchment paper, and I'm going to cook them in my microwave, which is also an oven. I'm not microwaving them. The oven is smaller, takes less heating, and it's more efficient if I use a round plate rather than an oblong baking tin. If I'm doing them in the bigger batch, then no problem. The oven goes on and there's always things made to fill it up. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest I'm going to just dip in sesame seeds. So again, there's a bit of a difference. They say variety's the spice of life, don't they? And my mum would be going, oh, she's using her hands. Yeah, of course she is. My hands are just as clean, if not cleaner, than any of the things I'm using. I remember her watching a demonstration in a baker's window, absolutely appalled that this guy was mixing almond paste using his fingers. Hasn't he got a spoon? Hasn't he got a spatula? So you can use, and I do like to use cranberries in this mix, but they no, sorry, blueberries. I've used cranberries. Come on, Dee, get your head together. Blueberries, fresh ones. They can be, and usually are, a bit runny. But you know, I really don't mind that. I'm happy with that because the flavour is different. Oh, I forgot to dip that one in sesame seeds. No matter. Okay, there we are. These are falling to pieces, which isn't good. It's been one of those days. It's not Friday the 13th, is it? Come on, room for one more. There we are. Okay, so I'll wash my hands. Those remnants of sesame seeds will go out on the bird table, and I will come back to you when these have been cooked for about 30 minutes at 180 degrees. The recipe and the instructions will be in the blurb underneath. See you soon. Bye. And we're back. The biscuits, aka cookies, are cooked and they smell gorgeous. They're still warm, but I'm going to partake of one. I can't resist. That's probably why I'm the shape and size that I am. I'm going to use my little special, very old-fashioned tea set. I got this from Dagfields, which was a recording that I shared earlier, a few days ago. And it's ever so handy because if you're standing talking, you only need one hand to hold a plate and a cup, so you can drink and eat and chat. So I shall pour myself a cup of tea, and yes, I have put the milk in first. I always do, and at 76 I really don't think I'm going to change that. Oh, nice fresh brew from one of my many teas up there. In fact, I've got all those to choose from, and I'm just having ordinary tea this afternoon. So we'll have one of these. Bon appetit. That's good. Crunchy on the outside, squidgy in the middle. Just how I like them. And the taste of the fruits is good. A bit of it, sorry to talk with my mouth full, very rude. Crunch of the nuts and the apple can be tasted as well. So much better than a packet of biscuits using all sorts of goodness knows what, empty chemicals. You've got your fruits, your nuts and your seeds in there. So job's a good one. And I'll say cheers to you. Thank you for joining me, and do have a go. As I said, I will put the recipe for the basic one that I did today underneath the video with some of the suggestions that you can use for alternatives. And what I sometimes do is I split that basic mix into two and make a batch of one flavour and a batch of another. And I got a tin all ready to put them in, but I don't think they're going to be around long. And in fact, one thing I forgot to mention, what I like to do is for breakfast, I'll put a couple of these in a bowl, a good dollop of yoghurt on top, and then some fresh blueberries. I got some nectarines yesterday, maybe a sliced nectarine on top. A lovely way to start the day. So thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye.